Welcome to the breakdown where we break down all the messed up movies. Today, I have the most chill yet despicable plotline. We go to Austria like we once did with Benny's Video and Funny Games. Michael is directed by Marcus Schleinzer, which is about a man who has a boy trapped in a soundproof room. 5 years prior to the release of this film, Natasha Kampusch escaped from her kidnapper, held for 8 years by Wolfgang Pricklepil. He jumped in front of a train after she escaped, so there is some recent inspiration for the story. Otherwise, the film itself is not overly exciting or graphic, but it shows the horror of how otherwise trustworthy and normal people hide twisted sides of themselves. You can find the movie on Tubi. Do you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts? Stay tuned for the breakdown. A man named Michael arrives home from grocery shopping, cuts on the lights and cooks plenty of food, more than he needs to eat. He also has windows that completely shut out the outside world. He sets the table for two and unlocks a secret door, where out comes a little boy. First 5 minutes you learn that Michael is keeping a 10-year-old boy named Wolfgang captive in a soundproof room. He otherwise acts like a guardian of the boy, but still locks him away in the dark every night. Sometimes he enters the captive room to SA the boy. By day, he works at an insurance firm, but keeps to himself. He allows the boy to write letters to his parents, but all he does is read the contents and hides the letters away. One day, he takes the boy outside, taking him to a petting zoo to pet the world's greatest animals. I used to be a goat sage in high school. I had a bunch of goats and I took care of them. That's why they're the greatest. So much for a freeing adventure outside with him constantly holding him. At one point, Wolfgang starts vomiting. I vomited on a plane when I was his age. I slept good as hell the flight home too, but I'm sure they hated it. That night, he goes to assault the boy, but the boy is sick. He seems to have caught the flu and his fever is high. Michael rides out to a secluded area to dig a hole in case Wolfgang dies. He goes to the pharmacy to buy more medicine, but the most unexpected thing happens. Michael gets hit by a car. Kinda jump scared me since this movie is so low key. Usually nothing happens and suddenly something explosive happens. Nobody comes to visit him in the hospital, which is by design. He seems to be in the hospital for 2 to 3 days and he really wants to leave so he can get back to Wolfgang. Soon he gets back and makes sure his family stays away as far as possible, and then has Wolfgang help him clean the captive room. Seems he's gotten better from the sickness now. So watching Michael scares me. He's incredibly two-faced in the sense that he's boring and normal when he's outside the house. I think the scariest thing about people is that you don't know where anybody truly stands, how people hide how twisted they are. I gotta censor Michael here. He forces Wolfgang to lay with him. Sometime later, he visits with his sister at a public place, explaining how he likes to be away from the family. Plus, Christmas is coming up soon, and Wolfgang is incredibly lonely. He cries seeing a missing cat poster, wondering about his family in combination of wanting a companion. Michael interrupts Wolfgang, who snuck away a Christmas decoration. It's the first time we get any kind of outwardly mean emotion from Michael. He's like a school bully who makes fun of Wolfgang's drawings and laughs at his inability to escape. Then it's back to a father-son type relationship, exchanging gifts on Christmas. Michael burns the gift that Wolfgang drew him. But still, he notices that Wolfgang is lonely and assembles a bunk bed in the captive room. Michael plans to kidnap another boy. Michael goes to a go-kart arena to find someone to kidnap. I imagine this is how Jeffrey Dahmer would look trying to manipulate people back to his apartment. Awkward and despicable. Oh, and I used to work somewhere like this where I operated go-karts. Unfortunately, a boy trusts Michael and walks away with him. The boy is younger than Wolfgang, and he's as innocent as an angel. Luckily, the boy's father calls him back. Michael's attempts fail, and he keeps walking to make it look like the boy was following him. So Michael breaks the news to Wolfgang that he will be lonely even longer. However, the prospect of him getting a promotion at work has him in a good mood. He gets a crude idea from a movie one night, and during dinner, he does something peculiar. Michael shows Wolfgang his hot dog, saying, "This is my knife, This is my hot dog. Which one shall I stick in you? Wolfgang immediately says, the knife. So don't worry, Wolfgang's actor didn't see any of Michael's hot dog. Apparently they used a mirror technique, so the actor saw nothing at all. But the joke was a failure. Michael is giddy about getting a promotion, but Wolfgang mentions a TV program where government officials explain how people who work in Michael's field have a chance of losing their job. I suppose there's a chance of cutting costs if Michael isn't promoted. And that has him so angry that he tells Wolfgang that his parents don't love him, that they ignored the letters he wrote for them. Really, Michael never delivered the letters. Later, Michael stocks up Wolfgang's captive room and tells him goodbye. Michael is going on a skiing trip. The friends he is going with don't seem to like him that much, or they treat him like a third wheel. Michael has a hard time getting up after sinking in some snow. It's kind of funny, really. He's really pissed about it too. Finally, after hours, he gets back to his room. He soon goes out drinking with his two work friends, but it's so awkwardly quiet. The bar owner here, though, seems to like Michael. She likes him so much that there's an after hours hookup in the middle of the bar. But Michael is impotent, so it's extra awkward despite getting that far. He sits in the dark the next day. His friends knock on the door, but he pretends he's out. I tried doing that with the resident assistants in my last year of college, but them suckers opened the door on me. Anyway, so much for that skiing trip. Back at home, a TV program about missing children pops up. Wolfgang seems to be ignorant about just how illegal his captivity is. Michael would like to keep it that way. So, it's been snowing out, and for some stupid reason, Michael collects snow and throws snowballs at Wolfgang, and he runs upstairs and gets completely shocked. One of his workmates has let herself in the house. Maybe she likes him a little bit, I don't know. But she sure loves to talk. Any future relationship with her is thrown out of the garage. Literally threw her out like Uncle Phil threw out Jazz. Don't worry, you're dodging a bullet, lady. However, she seemed pretty sad walking to her car, which tugged on my heartstrings a little. She gonna cry in the car. You wouldn't have to clean the floor of water if you didn't throw snowballs in the house, coconut head. One day, Michael attends a work party, or more like works at the work party. Looks like he's trying to get everybody to love him by passing out food and drinks. They already forgot you as soon as you left. You didn't talk to anybody. Alright, so things are about to heat up, literally. Wolfgang heats up water in a coffee pot. Some minutes later, Michael opens the captive door and Wolfgang throws boiling hot water in Michael's face. Unfortunately, Wolfgang still fails to escape. I really want to clap it up for Wolfgang there. That was a calculated risk. It failed to get him free, but he severely injured Michael, who has to go to the hospital. He struggles just to start the car. Michael drives down a dark road, barely able to see, and plus I'm sure he's just not in the right condition, period. And he crashes his car on a tree, rolling it over, and he dies in the wreck. There he is being collected from the wreck. Michael is dead. Michael's family arranges the funeral, full of people that have no idea just how twisted Michael really was. And no mother wants to outlive their child. Seeing his family cope adds a heartbreaking element to everything. They go to visit his house after the funeral, cleaning up the place. The movie ends as Michael's mother finds the mysterious locked door in the basement, prying it open, but the movie cuts right before she discovers Wolfgang. It must add so much indescribable feelings to find out your deceased son was a pedo kidnapper. It's what is really scary about people, how much they hide and how normal they all look. Let's talk about the most distressing moments and most joy moment in Michael. Ever since watching Bedeviled, I was always a little freaked out by normal people in disturbing movies. What are normal people hiding? I don't know. I think it's just something that really creeps me out. The most distressing moments are when Michael forces himself on Wolfgang, also when Michael almost kidnaps another boy, the innocent conversation they had just so he could kidnap him. It was sick. And lastly, I was weirdly bothered by him throwing his workmate out. She seemed so sad about it. Most enjoyed moments were seeing Michael have a fit because his friends left him behind. Also, it was dark funny seeing Wolfgang reply so quickly to being stabbed rather than being assaulted again. And lastly, Wolfgang throwing the boiling water on Michael was satisfying. Smart kid. Luckily, not gone too long from his family. And that's it. I like short little videos sometimes. Now I got some videos for you here that YouTube specifically say you should watch, so you should check them out. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to see more messed up stuff. Thanks for watching. Spooky out.